Okay, today we're going to learn what the Roman numerals mean and what chords are in a major key. It's going to help us when we write a song. So let's try to come up with a chord progression here. C, A minor, F, C. Whoa, that was an F sharp. Didn't work. That was a G minor. That didn't work. Now, I'm not saying that these chords can't work, but where I played them, they don't work. So what chords should I use? Well, just like an artist who puts certain colors on his palette. Say he's going to do a landscape with a lot of earth tones. He's probably not going to have pinks and purples unless there's some flowers off to the side. And that's just like writing a song. There might be a place for that F sharp or that G minor or really any chord. Songs change keys a lot. But there are a group of chords, let's say in the key of C major, that if we have them in front of us, we have a pretty good blueprint, or at least we have a pretty good palette of chords to try to make work and when we're writing a song. So let's look at the piano real quick, and we'll kind of explain that and explain how the Roman numerals come into play here. It really helps with communicating with other artists or other musicians that you're playing with. Say, oh, play the 2 chord there. Everyone will know that, hey, the 2 chord is a minor. So let's play the minor. So let's look at the piano real quick. Okay, if you ever sit down at a piano, recognize this. You have 2 black keys, then you have 3. And it just repeats. 2, then 3. Same way down this way. Next to this first black key, that is a C note. And it's the same C note, although it's an octave different if I play it up here or if I play it down here. But they're all C's. So we're going to look at the key of C major and the C major scale. And remember, the major scale is the do, re, mi song. If we start on C and we play every white note, we got it. Okay, I hesitated there because I finished on another C, remember? So there's only 7 notes. Because the 8th note is, again, a repeat of the first note. And all of these notes have a number, okay? The root is the 1. Here in this case, the D is a 2. The E is a 3. The F is a 4. The G is a 5. The A is a 6. And the B is a 7. And they all have corresponding chords. And this is where the Roman numerals come into play. And the way you play the chords on the piano would be with this spacing where you're playing the first note, you're skipping a white key, playing that next note, skipping a white key, and playing that note. And what you're playing are the 1 in the major scale, in the C major scale, the 3 in the C major scale, and the 5. So you're playing the 1, 3, and 5. Okay? And that is considered the 1 chord, and it's major. So it's going to be an uppercase I. Okay? Slide up one key, or one key on the piano. And now we're playing a D something, but it's not a major. It's a minor. And the way I can tell is the major, between the 1 and the 3, it's actually, you're moving up by 4 notes, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. But with a minor, you're not going up 4, you're only going up 3. Because this would have been a D major. But since we're just using the notes in the C major scale, that is a D minor. Slide it up one more. That's an E minor. Same rule applies. Next one, that's an F major. And let me just go back. The D minor is going to be a Roman numeral, lowercase, Roman numeral 2, or II. The E minor is going to be lowercase III, or Roman numeral 3. F major is going to be an uppercase IV, or Roman numeral 4. And the 5 chord is going to be a G major, uppercase 5, Roman. What is that, a minor or a major? Well, that's the root, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the third is flattened, so that is a minor, and that's an A minor. And then last, it's kind of a little strange chord. It looks like a minor because there's, just 3 keys to get to that flatted third, but actually this is a flatted fifth. So we're actually taking a B chord, and we're flattening both the third and the fifth, but that is the B diminished. Not used a lot, but there is a place for it. Okay, but that's what it is. And all we've done is we've just had this shape and just moved up, skipping one white key, playing the next, and it just keeps going. Now, remember, this is in the key of C. It doesn't work as well in the other keys. Doesn't work completely, but in the key of C major, these are all the chords. That's the 1 chord, which we know is a major. That's the 2 chord, which is a minor. The 3 chord is a minor. So if anybody says, oh yeah, play the 3 chord there, you're going to play a minor chord. Major, and that's the 4 chord. That's the 5 chord, that's major. The 6 chord is minor. 7 chord is diminished, and then we're back to the beginning. And that's, again, a C major. Okay, so that's how we come up with those, the major and minor, just by writing a Roman numeral. So you take those chords, and I'll show you this chart real quick. Okay, this chart shows the key of C. Okay, and if you see the number up top, this is the Roman numeral. So the C is the 1 chord in the key of C major. The 2 chord is going to be a minor. The 3 chord is going to be a minor. The 4th chord is a major. 5 chord is a major. 6 chord is a minor. And the 7th chord is that diminished. We make it lowercase, and we put this little degree symbol up here that designates it as a diminished. But if you look at, the songs in the other keys here, many times you've played a song with a G, a C, and a D, maybe an E minor, a B minor, an A minor. And more than likely, that song was in the key of G, because they're the chords that kind of go with the G major key. And likewise with D. This is a great chart. Help you write songs. Find the chords on one of those lines that you're comfortable with. C is always a good one. G is a good one. D is a pretty good key to write a song in, as long as you can bar and play that F sharp minor. This is a great tool to help you write songs. But that's how we come up with the Roman numerals. So again, if you're if the band is playing a song, say in the key of C, and somebody says, after the 1 chord, play the 3 chord. You don't have to say, well, wait a minute, a major or minor. You're going to know that the 3 chord is a minor, and in the case of C major, it's an E minor. Okay. So great stuff here. I do show, a bunch of other keys, and you can get these charts off the internet pretty easy. But that's how we come up with those Roman numerals. And this is, again, it's in the key of C major, I showed you, but it's in a major key. I'll do a video on the minor key and kind of talk a little bit about the circle of fifths in a follow-up video. All right, so for now, that's it, and good luck. Thanks.